Oh, yay.
And okay, we are live. And we are also live. Instagram, YouTube, solid. Okay, what's up, you guys? Here with Kelly. You guys may be familiar with her. She just took the overall figure champion at Patriots. And so we want to talk a little about her journey, about her mindset and prep. She's been bodybuilding for several years now. So we want to share a little bit of her story because it's really, really amazing. And so, first of all, congratulations on Patriots.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Pretty pumped about it?
Very pumped about it.
Were you expecting to do as well as you did, or?
Actually, I had like no expectations because, doing bikini for so many years and then like stepping on a figure stage, I was just like, I was confident, but at the same time, I just like, you kind of feel like this imposter syndrome. Like, I don't know. It's like, what if the other girls like think I don't belong, or, like, where's this bikini chick doing here? So that was like, it was like, that's what it was crossing my mind. But I've been a fan of the division and I was just super blessed to be able to do that for sure.
Okay, that's awesome. So you were worried about the perception of other competitors or just people on the internet?
Yes, other competitors for sure. It's just like, where's this bikini girl doing in my division type of thing?
Yeah.
you know? So, that was basically it. But everybody was super nice and stuff. And I mean, I did learn a lot about it. I feel like I was like very concerned about the muscle size going into it. But I mean, figure is such a beautiful division that sometimes it's not the biggest, it's the shape and the conditioning. And yeah, I mean, we proved that we have a really good shape for it. So that's what we won.
Yeah, for sure. And just so you guys can know some of her judges' feedback, it was for figure to be successful, like she has a killer structure for figure and she could go really, really far, even in the pro ranks when she gets there. But right now it is just about like size and density. But shape, presentation, look, hair and makeup, everything was on point.
Yeah.
So
even the judge was like, from the hair to the shoulders to the waist, figure all day.
Yeah.
So that was awesome.
Yeah. So that was really nice to kind of have that feedback. And so for this prep specifically, like me and Kelly, we got together on like Tuesday and we were posing and we were kind of talking about it in a little bit more detail. And so like when it comes to your mindset during this prep, I know this was a hard one. Like, do you want to go into some of the details of that?
Absolutely, yes. Last year, I mean, I did 3 back-to-back shows and I was just so focused on the pro card. Everything was being pro this, pro that. Like, and I feel like a lot of us are so fixated in just the pro card. This year, it's just been different. Like, this year, it's been about being a better bodybuilder. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I go to the gym, I don't even think about the pro card. I think about work ethic over everything and just like earning that respect from other bodybuilders. Like, it's just more, it's not about the pro card anymore. It's about like show up on stage and having people to be like, wow, she did that. So everything shifted when it comes to training, mindset. It's just like the focus, all of it changed. And like the training is just like, it changed too. It's just each year we get better. And each year I'm more in tune with like my body, how I train, how I perform, and how I check every single box. That's like the biggest thing.
Yeah, for sure. And so like with training too, especially with shifting to figure, like it almost kind of worked out because looking at how she did previously at nationals, like I always felt like she could use a little bit more shoulders even for bikini. And so we basically just hammered upper body ever since nationals in December, which for those of you guys who don't know her background either, she's placed in, bikini nationals. She won her class at the Olympia Amateur, but it was only top couple in the overall got pro cards. And then she was top 5. She landed 4th in Texas for bikini nationals in December.
Yeah.
So right there, it's just kind of a game of like keeping showing up. Bikini subjective. It could be anyone's day. So, that was kind of how we've been there. But then especially with her wanting to grow into figure, really doing more of a bro split, like a lot of upper body, legs only once a week. It's a whole lot of shoulders, back and arms.
That was awesome. Yeah. I love that split. And then like the thing with just like with my legs too, it's just like, even though I work my legs just once a week, they just like kind of grow.
Yeah.
This kind of grow. So it was like very interesting, like another split. I feel like that's why I fell in love with the division too, is because like upper body and the look, it's like that X frame. It's what I always wanted. And of course, there's levels to it. I love bikini. I mean, I love like figure, but it's just like that something about the X frame that I'm just like, yes, I want to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, that gets into, so like, it's not super common for women to
Mm,
necessarily grow from bikini into figure and want
mm,
to, move up in muscularity. I feel like a lot of women that you see that are in the more muscular divisions kind of like start there, and that's where,
mm.
that's where they go, or they know a lot sooner. Maybe they come from a powerlifting background or something like that. So what made you want to go to figure, just put on that extra muscle?
Well, it's gonna be funny. My answer. I'm 4'10". I'm very short, so it's kind of hard being short, you know. So it's like people don't take you serious, and it's just like I was like, okay, I'm very short. I might as well just get jacked. So that's been my main goal. I want to get jacked. I want to look strong. I'm like, if I'm short, but I want to be like the short girl that is really buff at the same time, and it's just like after seeing muscular people and being around bodybuilding, you fall in love with the look, the muscle, like everything about it. It's just like the body is like like a I don't know, like an artwork, like an art piece, and just like you will sculpt that piece throughout your off season, and then when you lean out for a prep, just to see it, it's just amazing. It's just like the more you see it, the more that you want it, and it's just like that growth that you get from it, like inside out. It's just yeah, I'm like how I feel about like being super muscular and being buff and all this stuff and have big shoulders, like walk around this season was my first season that I would like walk around even in my off season and people will be like, are you a bodybuilder? Which that was the biggest accomplishment for like for real. Because I feel like some of the us bikini girls on our off seasons, we do not look like buff, like bodybuilders, but for some reason this off season I did. So I was like pretty pumped about it.
Yeah, no, I love that. And actually,
Mhm.
too, so like kind of jumping around here a little bit. So when you started your fitness journey, when you first
Mhm.
signed up, when we first started working together, did you know that you were going to want to be buff, or did it start as just like, did you even know you were going to get on stage, or was it something where you just wanted to be more fit? Like what started
No.
it for you?
Yeah, this stuff is by levels. Of course I didn't want to look like that when I started. I just wanted to be like strong and fit. And honestly, I started because I love the discipline that you get from it. And bodybuilding saves you from a lot of trouble when you're young. So I was never into partying or anything like that. So I feel like I just, like I started with CrossFit, then I fell in love, like how I felt and how my body felt. And it's just like, I just want to be a little bit different because like I do come from like a background with like in my family, there's like a lot of people like with blood pressure, like health issues because they're like sedentary and all this stuff. And I just didn't want to do that. So I was just like started with CrossFit. Then when I was like, I always liked that muscular look, but I was like, I never thought I could look like that. Like, I was like, I don't think I can look like that. So I just want to be fit. Everything started with John Jewett, Animal Pack, all this time.
Yeah.
That's when I started like, oh my gosh, it's kind of like what I look like. It looked weird at the beginning. And then I was like, well, but wait, they do bikini. So I think I want to try this because I really seriously don't think I can look muscular to do like something else. And then that's how everything started for me. And then the more you do it, the more you see people with muscles, it's like the more that you get used to it and the more that you love it and you start like falling in love with it. But yeah, this stuff is by levels. Like you start like I started from, oh, I just want to be strong and fit to, wow, I just want huge shoulders and huge lats and I don't know. It's just like I fell in love with the training, like the training and pushing really hard. Um, Working out with men too. I mean, I know there's like a whole thing about that, but yeah, I fell in love with it.
No, I love that. And so like right now from where you're at, would you do like women's bodybuilding if you could?
Oh, of course.
Of
Dude,
course.
I work out next to
I
Iris.
already
I work out next to Iris like every day. I looked at her and I was like, oh gosh, if I only could do it.
No,
I
I
mean,
love
this
it.
stuff is by levels. I had people telling me like, oh, like if you put years on it, you could do woman's physique.
Yeah.
I'm like, you never know.
We'll see.
You
Yeah,
never
we'll
know.
see.
I'm 4'10", so it's just hard, like, because yeah, you look amazing when you're shredded lean, but when you have to put all that muscle, yeah, it's a little bit difficult when when you're like kind of like building in your building season, and you start outgrowing your clothes and stuff. It's a pretty
Mhm.
cool feeling though, but yeah, it's a lot of years for sure. And when you have such a small frame, it can feel and look a little bit differently. So
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good though, and I think, like you said, your desire to be more muscular kind of grew as you got
yeah.
more into it, as
Hmm.
you saw more, you got more into the community, and
Hmm.
you're like, damn, this is cool.
Hmm.
So I love that point because it's like you're allowed to change your mind,
Yeah.
like you're allowed to change your goal at any point. Like the more information that you learn and absorb
Mhm.
as you go through this, like your goals kind of shift and grow as you do, and I think that
Yeah.
that's a really beautiful thing. So, kind of taking it back to this prep specifically, I want to
Yeah.
talk about some of the challenges that you overcame because a lot of times people might recluse or pull back from prep or take a break from their goals
Mhm.
or, not press forward even when there's these things that are impacting them emotionally or whatever or kind of out of their control and you didn't. And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I feel like some people, they're like, oh, well, I'm not going to start a prep because my life right now, my things right now, everything has to be perfect for me to start prep. Hate to break it to you, there's never going to be a perfect time to prep. It is what it is. Life happens. It's just like, it's life. It's not going to be unicorns and rainbows. So this is the best part of like the prep shows you. It's like no matter what is going on around, life's always going to happen. Shitty days are always going to come, but whenever you have that really bad day, but you still got all your stuff done, you're like, I'm just awesome. And you can take that just not to bodybuilding, it's to work. Like a few years ago, I was going through a divorce, moving. I had my entire house in my car, like all my clothes, all my shoes, all my everything. My coworkers never knew I was getting divorced because each time I walked into work, I was like, problems, I gotta leave them behind, and nobody should, kind of like have a bad day because I'm having a bad day. I did the same. I even prepped through that time too. So I was prepping, I was working, and it's just like no matter what's going on in my life, I'm still gonna do like I'm still gonna get the job done. And each year, even if it's not a divorce, whatever it is, each year always something's always gonna happen. You just gotta manage how to work around it and make it work for you. Because like the things are always going to be there, the challenge is always going to be there, but it's just like it's how you react and how you manage to get everything done. That's the thing, that mindset thing, that I just feel like it changed everything for me. Of course I wasn't this way when I started, but you build that up, and bodybuilding helps you with that big time, big time.
Yeah, and so when we're talking about like life stuff and life events and like
Hmm.
emotional things happening and you're
Yeah.
going through something, like when you say you push through anyways and you have the discipline, like what's
Yeah.
the reward for you? Like what do you get out of that? Like on your hardest days and you choose to press forward and you choose to
Mhm.
continue, you choose to keep doing the prep, you choose to keep eating the food, like why do you do that? Like why not
Uh,
just fold and give in and take the break?
because if I don't do it, I just feel I'm failing myself. Like it's just like I'm failing myself, and I'm just like all about, and I'm all about like the Andy Frisella type of thing. It's just like I'm not gonna let that inner bitch voice talking to me right now, and it's just like each time you push through it, it's just that you become tougher and tougher and tougher. And it doesn't matter what life throws at you. It's just, you're like, oh, I've been there. I've been here before. And it's just like, damn, look all what happened. And then you see can be a stage shots or whatever. And then you look at yourself, you're like, I did this, even though this, and that happened. And it's just like, wow, it's just to see this, your strength and what you're capable of in your body. We're capable of anything. you
Yeah,
know
yeah, for sure. And I think too, it's like when we're thinking about just like life, not to get too
Mhm.
deep into anything, but when we're thinking about like happiness. A lot of people maybe think of happiness as a destination, and the reality is it's not. It's a compass, right? So like there are certain things in life that fuel your fire, that make you feel good. Like happiness is something you feel when you achieve something great. And so when all these other things are happening that you can't control, if you can achieve something for yourself, and if you can, like Kelly said, like overcome this hard thing, you kind of learn what you're made of. And then life can throw more hard stuff at you, and it doesn't affect you the same way. The first time something bad happens, you might fall apart and be a complete mess and crying and breaking down and just completely out of control. But then next time, like you didn't die, and that's kind of the way it works. It's like, well, you made it through, you kept going, and you now know that you can handle that situation and you can do a better job. And so by intentionally exposing ourselves to discomfort, hunger, training when we're tired, pushing to a new level, we get that reward that we see our physique changing, and we see ourselves like physically changing, looking more like a superhero. But it's more so like you learn a little bit more every single time that you do it about what you're capable of and what you can overcome. And it elevates the confidence that you have in yourself and your ability to handle adversity.
Yeah. And it's like sometimes it's not like about happiness, it's about joy.
Yeah.
Like joy and happiness are like very similar, but they're not the same. You know, you're not gonna be happy every day, but you can have joy every day. And that's what this is like all about. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna be happy every day, like, oh my gosh, yes, everything, you know, but I'm gonna be like, whoa, but I have joy with the small things. Like it's just like, oh, I got my training done today. Like, I don't know, whatever it is, like it's like the joy that you get from it.
What gets you through a training session when you're like 2 weeks out and that's the last thing you want to be doing? Your energy's low. Like, what gets you through that session? Like, how do you make it?
Well, first off, I walked into the gym and I'm like, if I'm not feeling like it, I just look next to me and I see Iris Kyle working out. And I'm like, well, first that's it. A few things that I use. I love to, I know it's going to sound cheesy, but Phil Heath, motivational like YouTube videos. I put that on my headphones and stuff. And just picturing myself on stage. It's very helpful. I pray a lot too. When those days, hard days go, I pray a lot. And that's basically what gets me through a really hard day when I have to work for like 8 or 9 hours and then until 4 a.m. in the morning, but then I have to work out, do all my cardio, do all my stuff. It's just like, it doesn't matter but I'm going to show up my best. And it's just like, that gives me that fuel. And of course there's days that I'm just like, oh my God, like I sit in my car and I'm like, well, I'm struggling today. But sometimes I'm like, ooh, I mean, that means I'm probably going to have a drop tomorrow. Or I don't know. It's like, you know, it's like, I'm different. I always think that. I mean, and also, I don't know if you heard about like how athletes have like their alter egos. I'm a firm believer of that too. So just thinking about yourself, like thinking that you're someone else, you know, like I do that all the time. It's just like when you walked into the gym, I'm not Kelly anymore. I'm someone else that does everything perfect, that's going to nail everything, that has this crazy strength. I know it might sound cheesy, but I'm telling you, sometimes like all this stuff, yes, your body feels tired, but it's all about like your perception in your brain and how you're thinking about things too.
No, I think that's a really good point. And I think those are some really good tips too, because a lot of people do, or like, you know, even if you're not a competitor and like you're struggling to make it in the gym or you really don't feel like going that day, or you've been working all day and you've been on your feet and like the last thing you want to do is put your shoes on and go to the gym. Like, I think those are things that could potentially apply to anybody. The other thing I want to talk about a little bit is more of where you came from. Because Kelly, in case you guys didn't know, is not from the United States, but she's got an American flag tattooed on her arm. And so I want you guys to know more of like her passion, her heart, where she comes from. Like she's super patriotic, and like a little bit more about that part of your journey.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm from South America, Venezuela. I was born in the mountains, came to the US. Been in the States for probably 7 years. Did not speak English, nothing, zero. Came straight to Colorado and I fell in love. I mean, from the mountains, fell in love with the mountains, lived there for almost 6 years. And yeah, I've been living the American dream since then. I love this. I love America. I love the culture. I love the country. I am every single day I wake up here, I'm just feeling I feel so blessed because this is a country where you can dream and you can make your dreams come true. And I'm just pretty blessed I had the opportunity to come here and just like I'm literally living the dream every day. It's just everything you want to do, you can achieve here if you work hard for it. So yeah, I'm all about it.
I love that. And then how long did it take you to learn English once you moved here? And can you tell us a bit more about like your family and what they were like, what they're like and your relationships with them?
So well, I'll say I had that. I had that. That was my goal. I was like, I want to speak English. I met few people that they've been here for 20 years and they don't even know how to order anything in a restaurant. And I was like, ooh, I don't want to be like that. So that was my goal. It's my English was pretty decent on the first year. I'm not gonna lie, but I think that's has something to do with my genetics because my dad speaks Arabic, Portuguese, Spanish, English. So I think I have that on my veins. But yeah, it took me probably like 2 years. 2 years, and my English was actually really good. I when I came to the U.S., I went to Burger King and I could not even order a burger there. It was really bad. I zero English, but yes, I worked really hard. I was like, I gotta learn, and I fell in love with it, and and I also like learn a lot about the culture because you can't learn a language if you don't learn culture. So I don't dream in Spanish anymore. I haven't dreamed in Spanish like in 4 years, which is crazy. Everything is in English right here. So I still have like great relationship with my parents. My family's in Colorado right now. I go and visit every once in a while. But yes, we're here and we love. We're all about America. I'm probably the one that loves America the most, but
No, I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. And I think, again, it just goes to show like how far you come. Like you moved here from another country, you learn English, like you start bodybuilding. You worked at restaurants when you're in Colorado too.
Yeah. Service industry for a while.
Yeah. So she's been in the service industry. But one other thing that, me and Kelly could kind of relate on, and that I think a lot of people can relate on is, if you're okay with touching on it, is
everything transparent.
Man, when you're a female and you compete and you decide that you want to get jacked, and sometimes maybe your significant other is not that way, or maybe they're not on board. We're both very lucky now. Yes. We have men who fully support our goals and dreams. Yes. But listen, it took us a second. We did not start with supportive partners that way. And we've grown into it, thankfully, but we had to get it wrong first. And so would you feel comfortable sharing a little bit about what that's like and some of the challenges, like when your partner did not support you or, just kind of.
Yeah, it was rough because, I feel like, he started supporting for a little bit. And then you start like your body starts changing. You start like feeling more comfortable, like on a crop top, you want to show your gains, you work so hard for it. And sometimes like your partner can start like feeling very insecure about it. I definitely with my ex-partner, my ex-husband, I will get comments like gross, you look like a man, very negative.
I heard go eat a cheeseburger.
Yes.
You look like, I'm gonna be real, I heard you look disgusting.
You look disgusting. I don't even want to touch you. Yes.
Like it feels like effing a dude. Like, dude, I've heard it all.
Me too.
So again, it's like some of those comments can get really nasty. And sometimes when your partner's not supportive, they might just be upset because you might go out to dinner and you're not ordering the same thing on the menu as everybody else, or they might be frustrated that maybe you don't want to go out or you don't have the energy to go do certain things that they would like you to be part of. So that can kind of build some resentment. And that's definitely a lot more mild cases. Like I said, ours were a lot worse. But I think it's really important because for us, like, it's not always the right move to necessarily leave your partner. Like, that's not what we're advocating for. We are both divorced, but listen, like that was just a part of our life that was important to get to where we are now. Like now we have very loving and supportive partners who like help us reach our goals and get to what we want to do. It's very hard to get it right on the first time. And you know, if you are somebody who's experiencing that, like, we feel for you. I
Yeah.
guess.
It's sort of like, for example, like, wow, like, yeah, it was just like my ex-husband used to make all my process so hard. It's just like, you know, like as competitors, the closer you get to each show, you get on your head sometimes, and like just having someone saying all those negative things, or you look disgusting, you look this, you look like that, like all you do is work and work out. This is just, you're so boring, like all those things. And then like sometimes I see that, and then a couple days ago that I competed, like my new boyfriend Pacheers was there the whole day. His birthday, I competed in nationals for his birthday. He stayed up from 4 a.m. in the morning until like I was the last person talking to Sandy. I stayed the longest, and it was like his entire birthday. And he was like, "You don't get it. Like nothing gives me more joy than see you kicking ass on stage." And every single time that I'm like, it doesn't matter if I'm like how I'm feeling. It's like he's always there to support. And it's just like, yeah, it's just like that whole switch. It's just like, I know bodybuilding is a solo sport, but at the same time, it's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, because we all have those days that we get on our heads and oh my gosh, like we doubt ourselves, and but whenever you have someone that is like, no, wake up, like we got this, or someone that helps you to cook your rice or your turkey, or you know, or drives, like just driving you to the show so you don't have to drive and you can just lay your feet up and oh, let's go and crush this workout session, or you got this, you know, like it's different.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, you know, I've been told by some really smart people in business and some very high-end people, it's like, you know, there's three possibilities when it comes to your partner is like the most important decision that you ever make in your life, right? Like who you choose to spend your life with. And you can have the best case scenario, which is your partner fully loves and supports, and you guys are aligned with the mission and you support each other and you can help lift each other up. The second scenario is medium. You can still be successful, but it's just harder. And that's where your partner is like supportive, like you're maybe not fully aligned, but they're not holding you back. Like they're not impeding with your success. They're not pulling you away from activities and things you need to be doing in order to be successful. So you can still succeed there. It's just a little bit harder. And then the third scenario makes success very challenging, if not like damn near impossible. And that's where you have somebody who is interfering with your goals, who is preventing you and pulling you away from activities that you need to be doing, who's putting you down for things that you love. And that makes success very, very hard if you know, taking away that possibility altogether. And so like for us, our hearts were in this, you know what I mean? Like we love what we love. The heart wants what the heart wants. And like the more that you do something, you kind of learn if that is for you, you learn what is for you, you learn what's not for you. And that's all things in life, not just like, you know, it's relationships with romantic ones, but also like with friends and family, like what relationships add to your life and which ones don't. And it doesn't mean there's anything bad about the ones that don't. It just means you want to put more energy and effort into the ones that do and the people who build you up and who help you get there. Because that is a very important part of this. Because like Kelly said, it's solo, but not like it really does take a team, you know, in order to get there.
And it might take a minute because, for example, for my family, you know, when you start competing, you have like no muscle. My family, like my first shows, they were like, "Are you okay? Are you sick?" And my dad will be like, "Eat this, eat right in my face." But now that I've been doing it for so many years, it's just like, oh, like no, don't offer that to Kelly. She's, honey, I got you turkey. Last time I went home, my mom got me 99 turkey, veggies, rice cakes, peanut butter. Like she knew everything. She's like, these are the Kelly's groceries. No one touched this. So it's like it took them a minute. They thought I was sick at the beginning. They were like, "Oh, this is kind of weird." Like, you know, my spray tan. Like I remember my mom when she saw it the first time, a bunch of people with tan glaze, like eating a bunch of donuts, and she's like, "These people in shape just like binge eating donuts. This is kind of weird." And no, now they're like, "Oh my gosh, we're so proud. We love you." Like if I'm on prep and I'm over there and she's making like, I mean, I'm come from Arabic family and Hispanic family. They're all about the food, all about sharing a meal together. And that was hard at the beginning, but now it's just like that support. I go and she's like, "I got a food scale over here for you." You know, like those little things that I got this sugar-free thing. It's just so supportive. It took them like a few years, but now they're in a point where like my mom, like I talked to her after I got off stage couple days ago, and she was just crying, like, oh my gosh, like we love seeing you do what you love and the dedication, and they know I bust my ass, and but it's like it took them a minute. So you also cannot expect that, oh, just understand right away. This is what I like to do. You gotta, no. Sometimes it will take a minute for them to kind of know and getting used to it, and then people will come along, and the real ones will stay. The other ones won't. I mean, I lost a bunch of friends. Oh, you're boring, you're not drinking, we're not inviting you, this and that. But it's okay, you know what I mean? It's okay. And same, it can happen with a partner. It might take them like a few preps, but it's like it doesn't, like, your partner doesn't have to be a bodybuilder, but it has to be your biggest supporter and cheerleader. It doesn't matter if they don't understand how you feel, but just like if they can be there for you and when you need them, that's the most important part of everything.
Yeah, I love what you said there, how it might take time, because my family was the same way. They were weirded out at first. They were like, oh, Court, we're not really so sure about this. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you okay? The same thing.
Yeah.
And then after they saw me do it a few times, they saw how it benefited my life. They saw how it elevated my life. And for those of you guys who are, maybe you've done preps before, maybe you're in your fitness journey, but you've never done a competition, like, when you start tracking your food or following a menu and doing your training and cardio, and then you're stepping away or you're leaving to go do that and then coming to the family event a little bit later after doing that, it is weird for them at first. And so you can't expect people to believe in you before you give them something to believe in. You need to show them with a positive attitude, with not complaining about your food, with not complaining about nothing. You need to show them how this adds value to your life and how happy and fulfilling that it is and how it benefits you, because then it's gonna be a lot easier for them to get on board. And kind of going back to the partner thing, I know a lot of people who maybe say they don't have the most supportive partner, but the way that they're behaving makes their partner not want to support them. They're like, dude, you're miserable. Why would they support you? So you need to make sure that, like, hey, we're always looking at ourselves first and like, hey, how are we coming off? Like, am I being the best version of myself? Am I showing and acting and portraying how much this adds to my life and how much I love this? Because if you're not, you're going to get a different response from people than what you might want. So if you want people to support you, to get behind you, you need to give them something to believe in, keep a positive attitude, show them how it benefits your life, and just show them proof that what you're doing is a good thing for you.
And it's like communication too. Like there's like the rough days. I'll do the same with Eric. I'm like, hey honey, I love you, and I don't want you to think the opposite. I'm just a little tired today, and I'm a little fatigued. So like texting all day on the phone, sometimes you're so low energy in prep that even answer a text message is like, do I have to? So like just communicating those small things, like, hey, I don't want you to think I don't love you. I love you and I deeply care about you. Just right now, it's like I'm low energy, like just like communication is everything too. You can just cannot just be an ass and just like not explain and just like, like you have to communicate. Because then, like, if you don't communicate, the other person is not going to understand. And it's just like, that's when like a lot of people have that negative thing about bodybuilding, because they've seen like maybe other people that prep and they're completely assholes, and they don't communicate, and they just think that because, oh, I didn't get carbs today, so everybody has to suffer for it. You know what I mean? There are some people that are like that. So just like learning how to manage and communicate that with your loved ones, for sure.
Yeah, no, I love that. I think, gosh, there's so much good stuff that we're covering here. So, but we don't want to take too much of your time. We want to give you guys all the value that we can. Before we wrap this up, we want to talk about kind of what's next.
Oh yeah.
So what's next? Like so we've taken overall bikini champion. We've won your class at the Olympic amateur. You've got a figure overall now. What is next?
Oh, quite a awesome season, right?
Yeah,
we nailed it, all those 3 shows last year. And yeah, next is USA's. So we're gonna do USA's. That's about 12 days or 11 days from now.
Yeah, 11 now.
11 days, which is crazy to even think about it. So national shows are something else. National shows, you have from 25 to 30 people in your class. They're huge. They take all day. And it's like every single person there, they are all winners. they won their class or they won an overall. So everybody's showing up like they're already a pro. So yeah, it's I'm not gonna lie, those are the shows that excite me the most, because when you compete, like I want to get compared to the best of the best. So that's why that's why I did a few national shows last year too, and it was just it's awesome. Like the competition is amazing, and yeah, that's the next step for us. I'm very excited. I can't wait. I'm just very excited just to. The only thing that I'm like a little bit emotional, that makes me a little bit emotional, is that I know that for sure after this competing season, we will have to take a long off season. And I've been on the go since I started competing. I don't think I've taken more than I've been competing every single year since 2022.
Pretty much. I think the longest time we took off was maybe like 6 or 8 months, somewhere in there.
Yes, I've been on the go, and I'm kind of used to it. So just thinking that I won't be competing for a year or two, it's like, wow. So that's why I'm like trying to soak it all up and just enjoy the moment. It's like, and that's the other thing too, that I've been working on it, because I get on my head. I'm like, I want to be perfect because I care and I want to do this and that and be perfect. And sometimes I forget to enjoy. And that's one of the things that I have to change. And I'm like, I sat down yesterday and I was like, yeah, I just gotta enjoy. I just gotta like get the most out of this next national show, because sometimes you step on stage and you really don't know when's gonna be the next time you're gonna compete. And so yeah, that's like my main goal. Just enjoy every single moment that I get in this next few weeks, because we don't know when it's going to be my next time on stage. I definitely have to put on size, so which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love to push heavy weights. At this point, it's kind of sad. I can't push heavy weights at the gym. I miss that. But yeah, it's like trying to embrace the every single process.
Yeah, and so for those of you guys too, like who don't know, like her goal is like even if she turns pro in bikini at USA's, her goal is ultimately to grow into figure.
Yeah.
So again, that's why it's like the off season after this, because regardless of what happens, whether it's pro or no pro, like her heart is there, and when you love the look, when you love the process, when you love whatever, like the pro card ultimately changes nothing. It's just back to work. So regardless of whether there's pro card or no pro card, it's going to be building that figure shape that she wants to have, because the show day is amazing, but you're show lean for a short period of time, but you walk around in the physique that you have all the time. So we want to make sure that you love that, and you love the process of building that. You love the training for that. And that's what the most important part of this whole thing is.
What a beautiful division. I'm just, I can tell you how many times I watched Sydney the past few weeks, and her podcast and her everything. Like, it's just it's beautiful. And it's just like, this show too was like I just wanted to hear it from the judges. Do I have the shape or not? Do I have like the potential, do I have the potential? Because I mean, you can, a lot of people can turn pro, but you know what I mean? Like, to make it far into the pro level. So yeah, you can turn pro, but then if you want to make it far, that kind of comes with genetics too.
Yeah.
And the shape and your body structure. So once I heard that from them, and
what she heard from them was she could be a very high level figure pro.
Yeah.
Like
the shape.
If she puts on the size and density, she could be very, very successful on the pro level, which is absolutely like,
it's crazy, because the week before the judges, before they say that, I told you that Iris told me the same, and I wanted just to cry, because she's not someone that is just gonna go and say that to everybody. No, she's like, I think you got really good shape, good muscle bellies. And I was like, well, it's just like I just wanted to know that I had the shape for it. And they did answer that question. So
yeah, it was very special.
Yeah.
So if there was one thing that you could tell people who are going to watch this, whether they're like, they've been competing at nationals and trying to get their pro card and keep missing it, or they've never done a show, or they just want to get in better shape, what would you tell them?
Routine. I tell people routine and training. I feel like that those two things come hand in hand, and that's what it's gonna make you or break you. It's routine. This is all about kind of like being a robot. I kind of love it. That's like my favorite part of it.
Yeah.
It's like routine, like measure everything like the same time, like the meals at the same time, everything at the same time, build that routine and training. So many people, even myself, like you don't see progress because you're not training hard enough. And that's like the best advice that I can give to someone that has never competed before. Just like give your all into training. You're all into training, and it will pay it off for sure. But training and routine, those two things, like a lot of people think they're working hard, they're not. And it's just like it comes with time, it comes with time. There are a few times that I thought I was working hard and I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And then by working with other people, other athletes, other bodybuilders, and just getting a little bit of everything, and learning from everything and just being a nerd. I know I'm someone that I like to follow my coaches. I like whatever she says, I'm gonna do. She says die in the master, I'm gonna die. But do your homework. I feel like athletes should definitely do their homework and do research and like learn about your body, learn how to be in tune with your body. Just don't be doing crazy stuff. Like there's like so many good sources to learn out there in YouTube and everything. I'm like every single day I wake up, I'm learning something about bodybuilding. And it's just that's what is going to make you a better athlete. It's just what can I learn that it's going to make my training better. There's like amazing bodybuilders, like Courtney makes videos about training, about supplements, about everything. Freaking John Jewett, every single day I wake up to make my breakfast, I'm seeing his training videos in his podcast. Like there's so much valuable information out there these days. You can find everything in social media. I mean, of course, you're not going to go and believe everybody. There's some people talking weird stuff, but yeah, do your homework, research, learn about your body, and that's literally what is going to make you a better athlete.
Yeah, and if you guys ask your
Yeah.
coach why, like understanding the why behind things and not just doing it, because you have to be able to get on board to do the hard stuff. And you're not going to do the hard stuff if you don't know why you're doing it.
Yeah.
So make sure that you ask the questions. Kelly asked a ton of questions.
Oh, I do.
We're always talking about it. She's
Yeah.
like, why? Why am I doing like this is why we do it. Like you need to have that really open line of communication with your coach, somebody that you feel comfortable asking why, somebody that can tell you so you can fully get behind that process and reap the benefits of it. So if you guys want to follow Kelly, you guys need to follow Kelly on Instagram at minipitbullfit. There's a dot in there somewhere.
Mini.pitbullfit.
Mini.pitbullfit. I am That Nutrition Chick. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, click the bell button on YouTube. Thank you guys on the Instagram live. If you guys like it, give it a thumbs up. And we will see you guys soon.
In 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah. That's awesome.